I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast.
There's a picture of Erika Kirk with a ponytail and from her past. That person matches who I saw at Fort Huachuca in the lobby the night before. And she was with that man in the lobby. And that man, he was present at that meeting.
In recent weeks, a storm of speculation has swept across social platforms about the personal life of the late Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist whose assassination in September 2025 stunned the nation and sparked intense public debate about political violence and leadership succession. Instead of focusing solely on his legacy at Turning Point USA, a set of leaked audio clips and private messages, widely shared but not authenticated, have fueled viral talk that Charlie may have been troubled by suspicions about his marriage to Erika Kirk long before his death, with some online commentators claiming he raised questions about her past relationships and even considered a DNA test amid rumors of infidelity. These assertions have circulated alongside clips of Erika interacting with prominent figures such as Vice President J.D. Vance and have been amplified by high-profile conservative voices challenging her role in the movement after Kirk's death. While none of these claims are confirmed and many sources warn against taking them at face value, the intensity of the online discussion reveals how deeply people are still trying to piece together the final months of Charlie's life and what they mean for his family and the organization he built. If you want a clear, balanced breakdown of the claims, the context, and what's actually verified, make sure you subscribe so we can unpack every angle together.
A picture of Erika Kirk, and I'm assuming her baby, but listen, look at her hands. I'm going to show you a picture of these scars. There is a scar right there. Zoom in on it if you need to.
Yes, you heard that right, and the intrigue only deepens from here. Imagine a story that is so well crafted, but so brittle that it could all fall apart with a small crack. That's exactly what's taking place in Charlie's world, as Erika's highly idealized character is starting to reveal its genuine nature. This isn't just a matter of a few innocuous extras. Erika created a whole persona that she showcased to the world as pure, disciplined, and committed, a bright light of dedication. She gave off the impression of a lady unaffected by the frivolities of the dating world, devoting herself entirely to raising a family after discovering her one true love. But as her latest town hall interview with CBS showed, this meticulously crafted story is beginning to fall apart. In an effort to present herself as morally upright and unique, Erika stated that she had never dated anyone before her relationship with Charlie. However, this seeming purity is hard to reconcile with reality, particularly when her past is taken into consideration. Just look at that photo of her hands. The scars convey a different narrative, an unsaid account of experiences that lie beyond the surface. It's as if she's trying to pacify every suspicion while carefully managing the perception she has built. Now, check this out.
I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than go. I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way. But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another.
Yes, you heard that right. And it certainly raises eyebrows as we dig deeper into Charlie and Erika's multi-layered saga. Charlie was steadfast in his support of Erika, but he frequently had suspicions that something wasn't quite right. It was a sharp awareness of the contradictions in her story, not unreasonable doubt. Erika's foundation started to show significant cracks as soon as her ex allegedly released intimate pictures of her living the high life in New York. These photos, which showed her enjoying the Hamptons and partying at NYC bars during filming for Bravo's Summer House back in August 2018, depicted a very different picture from the one she persistently projected. This contradictory way of living raised concerns. Why the need for overt defensiveness if living freely was so harmless? Not only did the gaps become more obvious as the probe into her background progressed, but Charlie's quiet worries also became pressing issues that were impossible to ignore. Let's talk about Erika's past partnerships. She had been in love with professional baseball player Tyler J.T. Massey, whom she openly admired and called her favorite human, cleverly hiding her past while presenting a different image for Charlie. Not only that, but footage from a Trump event in 2015 caught people's attention when it showed Erika standing close to a young girl who looked like JT. Given that the same circles were present in her life long before Charlie, it begs the question of whether Erika was genuinely transformed or if this was only a calculated move. As we learn more about Erika's past, it is evident that her marriage to Charlie was a deliberate move to improve her standing rather than merely a brief affair. Now, take a look at this revealing footage that connects all the dots.
And that was until I hosted the first Trump rally in Trump rally history right here in Arizona in 2015. I got a call. I got a call from Miss Erika Kirk, Miss Arizona 2012. I just want to help, she said. So naturally, I put her right behind the president at that first.
And the most noteworthy aspect is how the details align once you pause to examine the sequence rather than focusing solely on the headlines. When Tyler Boyer assumed the role of COO at TPUSA in 2017, his position naturally positioned him at the center of numerous professional introductions. One such introduction was described as a routine, career-oriented meeting between Erika and Charlie, which was later publicly characterized as their first encounter. However, contemporaneous accounts indicate that the situation was more complex, as Erika was reportedly in a relationship with Cabot Phillips, a senior editor at the Daily Wire, who reported to Ben Shapiro, an individual with whom Charlie had visible professional and ideological disagreements. Although none of these actions are inherently inappropriate, they become pertinent when public statements subsequently suggested that Erika was not involved in any romantic relationships during that period. This claim appears to conflict with a resurfaced tweet from September 2017, which depicted Erika and Cabot together on what he described as a painting date. Additional support comes from photographs capturing Cabot and Charlie within overlapping social circles during the same time frame, including public events such as a basketball game. This context renders the notion of a completely incidental, later meeting more difficult for observers focused on chronology rather than intent to reconcile. According to individuals familiar with the situation, Charlie responded not with public accusations or dramatic confrontations, but instead adopted a more measured approach in his private life, exercising greater caution regarding boundaries and involving extended family members more intentionally around the children. At the time, this shift appeared to reflect maturity. In retrospect, it seems more indicative of caution, driven not by paranoia, but by a desire for consistency and accountability, particularly when trust remains fragile. Following Charlie's passing, this unresolved tension seems to have transferred to his parents, who are now reportedly seeking clarity through DNA testing, not as a spectacle, but as a means to resolve questions they believe were never fully addressed. Although rumors have circulated about potential custody proceedings should the test confirm parentage, these are yet to materialize. It's important to note that such steps, if taken, would likely be framed around the children's stability rather than public vindication, which is why this moment feels less like gossip and more like a delayed reckoning where timelines, documentation, and quiet decisions carry more weight than narratives, because regardless of outcomes, what's clear is that trust, once fractured, doesn't vanish quietly.